Hey there. I guess I can still say good morning. At least as of recording this, I've still got 15 minutes left of morning. I need to mute Slack, or that'll get annoying quick. Yeah, it's been a hectic morning, or day. Goodness. So, I don't remember how much you know. So, Lacey was going to take him to Trustful Urgent Care. They were full up, said we can't take anyone else today. They called Hoover Children's Urgent Care and said, you can be over there. I think the appointment was at 6:40, and we were both booking it, trying to get over there. We were both late, but they were okay with it. Anyway, yeah, his teeth, he's got two teeth, so like this one and this one have been knocked in some. The doctor said they are not loose. There's really nothing you can do because they're baby teeth. They're not going to put braces on baby teeth. So she said sometimes they come back, sometimes they stay where they are, which kind of sucks because he thinks there's something in his mouth. He keeps telling me he's got a rock in his mouth, and he keeps pointing to where his teeth are. And I've looked, and I don't see anything. But I think the teeth being back and hitting his tongue, he thinks he's got something in his mouth that's not teeth. And I'm sure that's annoying. It would aggravate the crap out of me. Only good thing is probably in 2 to 3 years, I assume that's going to be some of the first teeth he loses. But yeah, they were going to do an x-ray, make sure no fractures in his face. By the way, there are not. But they said one parent can come back with him to do the x-rays, and he wanted me to go, so I go with him. As soon as that boy gets me alone, he asked me if he could come to my house. And I said, well, it's your mama's day. You're going to have to ask her if she's okay with it. So we get through his x-rays, which he was very good about. He handled it very well. We get back in the room, and the very first thing he does, he says, Mama, can I go to Daddy's house? And she was torn into late. Sorry, I know I'm distracted. I keep hearing a noise outside. I think someone's using some equipment or something outside. Anyway, she's back and forth, but she says okay, and we agree to swap days, so she's going to pick him up today. Well, anyway, everything's going good. Jacob's in a reasonably good mood, given what's going on. So it's time to go, and he wasn't upset, but he was a little sad because I guess being emotional, he asked his mama if she could come too. And she said, "Do you want to come to my house?" He said, "No, I just want you to come." And she said, "Well, I can't." Well, instead of just letting that be it, saying, "Bye, have a good day, see you later," she gets emotional and starts crying and keeps saying, "Do you want to go to mommy's house? Do you want to go to mommy's house?" Crying. Gets him upset. And I'm like, "You're going to have to say bye and let it go." She won't. I had to make her stop. But she got him like boo-hoo crying to the point where I finally got her to leave, got in the car, and he's just crying, "Mommy!" And I'm like, thank you for that. So we had a small argument in the parking lot because I'm like, you're making it worse. Like, either take him or don't, but sitting here in the parking lot crying in his face is making it worse. Like, because I'd put him in his seat, and I was like, if you want to say bye to him, give him a hug, whatever, like, I'll give you another chance. Left the car door open, step back. She gets in there. She's bent over in his face doing all this boohoo crying with him. Sorry, I'm venting now. So yeah, I got him home, I think it was like 8:30 last night, and he had the hardest time going to sleep. It was almost 1 a.m. when he finally fell asleep. We tried for hours to get him to lay down, get snuggled up, watch TV, whatever we could do to get him, but he just could not sit still. And it's not like he was being bad. He just couldn't get comfortable, couldn't calm down enough to go to sleep. Well, what he ended up on, and I say usually, I've never let him do this. He asked me if he could sleep in his teepee. And I said, at this point, if you'll go to sleep, I don't care where you are. So he gets in his teepee, gets snuggled up, and he says, "I want my bear and my bunny." And I said, "Where are they?" He said, "In the car." I said, "Are you serious?" He said, "Please." So I go to the car, 12:45 in the morning, and get his bear and his bunny, and give it to him. He gets snuggled up, and I've got a blanket on the top of the teepee, so it's almost like a door, so it blocks everything off. He wanted it blocked off. He didn't want me in there with him. He just wanted it in his teepee. He passed out. And I don't know what time it was. I'm going to say probably 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. He came and got in bed with me. So we both got less than 6 hours of sleep. He had a hard time getting up this morning, but he was in a reasonable mood. We were running behind, and I asked him, I said, would you rather just eat breakfast here? And he said, yeah. I said, what do you want? An apple. So I sliced that apple up so he could, get over on the side and not bite right here. And it's a good thing we did that, because I forgot, I saw on Facebook they closed, because that road his daycare's on. You got the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school in addition to his daycare. I don't know where it is, but there's a drive on the other side for the middle school, and apparently they closed it because they had to do some repairs. So everybody was on the same road. Just from the intersection on Fieldstown to his daycare was like 10 or 12 minutes. Like, we were just creeping. But I got in there, and as soon as I drop him off, his teacher comes over and she's apologizing to me about the accident. It's not your fault. Accidents happen. It was a worse one, and I hate it. Like, I'm upset he's hurt, but I'm not upset with you. Well, turns out Lacey went in there and had a fit, and apparently was screaming at people, and like she said, visibly shaking, and just would not be talked down. Angry. And she said this is the second time in 2 weeks she's done that. And I said, really? I didn't know about the other incident. And it turns out Jacob ran in front of a kid on a swing, got knocked down, skinned up his knee. I knew he skinned up his knee, but that happens so frequently, I didn't bother asking him why. She's like, yeah, you got a Band-Aid on your knee. I see a little scrape. She was like, I don't know why she does that. Like, what's wrong? And I was like, I mean, that's just how she is. She was like, she does that? And I was like, yeah, that was almost daily. Like, but she had to vent for a while to me, just kind of, because she was still upset from yesterday where Lacey had screamed at her. Because, I mean, his teacher, Miss Sandy, she's a sweet lady. She's, I'm going to say in her 60s. She's a grandmother. Sweet older lady, and Lacey just got her rattled. But we talked through it, and she was like, I don't know how you did it. And I was like, well, you just, I mean, what else are you going to do? That's your life. And she said, the one thing that really, I didn't know she'd interacted with Lacey enough to pick up on this. But she said, it's interesting because she always paints herself to be the victim. And I said, yeah, she does. I didn't know you knew that. So, yeah, I was at school about half an hour this morning. And she said, because my intention was to be like, hey, like, I'm a parent too. You can call me. And I didn't have to say anything. His teacher, Miss Sandy, was like, I'm going to call you, and then you can call his mom and let her know. I don't want to deal with her anymore. Well, I went up to the office because I took some Motrin. And I was like, hey, if he needs this, I'd rather you give him a dose than let him be in pain. So I'm filling out the form with the director of the daycare. And she apologized to me about the incident. Said, it's not your fault. I get it. And she said, I didn't call you because I thought y'all did 1 week at a time. I didn't know y'all alternated like this. And I said, well, it's okay, but yes, we alternate. I said, and things change. I said, like, I went up to the doctor with him, and he wanted to come with me. That's why I've got him now, so whatever. And she said, I'm going to start calling you. And I was like, apparently she's caused enough of a scene. No one wants to deal with her anymore, and I get it. But anyway, yeah. So I was behind this morning, and that's why I was so late texting you. I got back late and hit the ground running, and before I knew it was 11 o'clock. I didn't get to shower last night because we were so late getting him done, and I asked him, I said, could we put on the TV, let you watch it, and let me go shower? And he was upset, and he wanted me with him. I said, okay. Because, went to the gym and then went with him, and I felt dirty, so I just took a shower. I was actually late to a meeting, but I had a little gap, and I said, I've got to get cleaned up, so I showered. Anyway, I have done nothing but vent this video, and I'm sorry. So I won't be able to call this one a devotional. I don't know what I'll name it. I guess my Tuesday morning vent. I have not had a chance to crack open the Bible, so I can't tell you what I've been reading or thinking about because it didn't happen. If you want to share what you've been reading, I'd love to hear what you've read. Now, I could use some Mary in my life today. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. I was mostly just getting caught up, and wow, I've talked for over 10 minutes. I'm sorry. That was a lot of rambling and ranting and venting. Anyway, yes, I'm excited to get in the gym with you. That makes my day better. So I will see you shortly, and I love you. Bye.